Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome back to another YouTube travel video review. My name is Sports Monkey, and for today, I would like to go through an honest review of the Grand Palladium Jamaica Resort and Spa located outside Montego Bay. It's actually located in Lucia, Jamaica, and I would like to just go through the resort, the pros and cons of how I felt my trip overall went when I visited the Grand Palladium. And I went around middle of August, so it was the middle of summer, and I just wanted to give a review of what it's like when you go during that time of the year. So once you land in the Montego Bay airport, the main issue you're going to have is actually getting to the resort. I highly suggest you actually plan a ride ahead of time. So like we did, we took a service. I actually don't know the name of the service, but the only downside of this resort is you are really far away from Montego Bay. You're about a good, if the traffic is good, 45 minutes away. But if the traffic was on a Saturday like we dealt with in the middle of the day, it took an hour and a half of driving through crazy roads. And just a heads up, the Jamaican driving scene is insane. So you're going to watch a lot of crazy driving. It's, you know, I'm not an older person, but it was just absolutely mind-blowing on how crazy some of this driving was. So that is just something else to keep in mind, is it takes a long time to get to the Grand Palladium. Now, once we got to the Grand Palladium, you already saw the video of the lobby. The lobby is absolutely beautiful. I have no complaints about the lobby. The check-in process was super simple. Due to the flu virus, I won't go into details, but due to the flu virus, we had to check in. We had to schedule our testing so we can leave and whatnot. And essentially we checked in at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Our room wasn't ready till about 6:30 that night. So that's something also, that is concern number 2, that they knew we were coming and yet our room was not ready till about 6 o'clock. So what they gave us ahead of time was a wristband. And so essentially what we did was we went to the pool area. As you can tell, that was one of the first areas we visited and I took video of. So they gave us wristbands. We put on our bathing suits and, immediately we hung out. So the pool area for this resort is absolutely amazing. As you can see, there are tiki huts and stuff like that. And there's shade. But this pool is absolutely massive. There is a giant bar in the middle of it, and there are volleyball courts. There's other fun games you can play. And the pool was a really good central area to congregate. So once we got there, my girlfriend's family, we were there for a wedding, we all met up and we had our little spot. And we stayed by the pool for the day. And because guess what? We didn't have any of our stuff and we weren't able to check in till 6:30. So that is one, like I said, that is one con of all this. So I've given out 2 cons, but a pro, and my favorite part of this entire resort was the private beach. As you can tell in the video right now, it is absolutely beautiful. The water is warm. The water doesn't even go very deep. It goes about up to it's about 3 feet. So I'm 6 foot. I could easily be on my knees. The sand is beautiful. The sand in the water is beautiful. You're not going to kill your feet. And one of the best parts is that there is wildlife. You could see this little crab going in and out of his little hole. So they're not going to pinch you or attack you. There's also other wildlife. There's also other sea creatures. There's a little coral reef that you can actually just swim around and see little fishies. It was overall pretty cool. I love their beach. So now that we're walking to our room, so first and foremost, this little shelter from the sun, please use them going to your room. You will be doing a lot of walking around this resort, to and from your room, to the amenities, to the spa, to wherever. You're going to be doing a lot of walking, so make sure you use these little paths that have the shelter above them. The next part I want to show you is the rooms. My girlfriend and I, we had a junior suite, and this is in the picture. This is a picture from the Grand Palladium website. As you can tell, it looks amazing. And here's the bathroom. It looks very bright and awesome. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the video from our room. I recorded part of the video just walking around our room and what it actually looks like. and I'm just going to show you guys what exactly I liked about it and what I didn't like about it. So let's get started. So, small disclaimer, it is really messy. I did not clean up. I decided to do an improv video just to show you what the room looks like. Now, if you remember the pictures, the room does not look like the pictures. The pictures look beautiful. This is not it. Like, that couch is a fake leather couch and was harder than a rock. Our bed did not have a comforter. As you could see me pointing down, we had a little sheet and our room was ridiculously cold. Like, I love sleeping in the cold, and it was freezing, and I could not adjust the temperature. Now, if we go into the bathroom, you see my ugly self. But you can just see, it's just not very well maintained. It smelled like mold and mildew, and as you can see, our shower head faced to the right. So you couldn't even stand there and take a shower. You had to hold on to the handheld thing. It overall just was not a very nice room. I honestly did not like it. A lot of people that we went with also did not care for the room. It's very outdated. So after the rooms, a lot of people are probably wondering, well, how's the food? Well, they do have a bunch of specialty restaurants that I suggest you check out. So the very first one we went to was Portofino, and that was the Italian restaurant. I thought the food was good. It wasn't great, but it was still good food if you like Italian. And overall, we had a Caesar salad, I had chicken parm, it was good. And now I'm going to keep going through the rest of the restaurants we checked out, so let's get going. The next restaurant I suggest you check out is called the El Dorado. It is their steakhouse. It is probably the most popular restaurant they have. Make sure you check this out. I would still put Portofino first, but the El Dorado Steakhouse is definitely second. My steaks were awesome and I had no issue at all with them. Definitely a must check out. The third restaurant I suggest is Poseidon. It is off the beaten path. It is where it's where all the water sports are. Anyways, the food there was really good seafood. We had mussels, clams, stuff like that. It is overall a really good seafood restaurant. That is definitely my third suggestion for when you're at the Grand Palladium. The next place I'm suggesting is the Infinity Saloon Bar. And why I'm suggesting that is because at night there is always live music going on and dancing and stuff like that. I'll show you video of that later on, but it is a really cool place at night to get a drink and kind of just relax and lounge around. So an underrated place I like going to is called the Miss Lou Bar. In the mornings, it has excellent coffee. So it's really cool that a lot of people don't know about it. So it's a very small place and it has excellent coffee. It's better than when you actually go to the buffet for breakfast. It has way better coffee than that. So think of this as your like Starbucks at the resort. So now I do have to warn you about a couple restaurants. So I can't pronounce the Mexican restaurant name, but the Mexican restaurant is a must-avoid restaurant. The service took over 3 hours to get you the food, and the food was very subpar. I highly suggest you skip out on the Mexican restaurant. I was very disappointed. Then one of the final places I checked out restaurant-wise was the sports bar. If you think about drunk food and what you want late at night after a few drinks, this is the place to go. It does have sports. The atmosphere is awesome. The food is just average. My burger was fine, but their chicken fingers are disgusting, and I don't even know how they're considered chicken fingers. But very hit or miss restaurant. I don't suggest eating here for one of your dinners. I just suggest it as drunk food. So now that your stomach is full from all those restaurants, what are some things to do? So as you can tell, there is a gym, there's a spa and hair salon. My girlfriend and I, there she is scooting around. You can do some snorkeling, and that's what we did in the catamaran ride. I was just taking video of her. Basically, they bring you up on the boat from there. Then I would say there are tons of water sports you can do, and there's coral snorkeling that you're able to do. I'll definitely check out the Grand Palladium website. I'll link that in the description below just to show you guys that there is a lot to do just besides the beach and pool and drinking. We chose to do snorkeling and a few other excursions. And the Grand Palladium also does have an excursion little booth that you can go into and actually pay for certain excursions. Like that catamaran ride was, I believe it was $99 a person in US money. But overall, they have tons of excursions, tons of things to do. And just, overall, like you can see right now that there's live entertainment, live music, which, during these weird times due to the flu, we haven't seen live music in a long time. And something I really, really, really appreciated. And overall, I felt like they did this on a nightly basis, and the employees were very kind. They were very entertaining. They obviously knew what they were doing, and the Grand Palladium gives you a ton to do overall. So if you're looking for things to do besides drink and hang out at the pool, I know I already mentioned that, they do have places to go and things you can do. There was a silent disco. There was a casino that you can go to. They had, like I mentioned before, the sports bar. You can go watch sports. So you can be entertained 24/7. They do also have a shopping area. If you do look back in the lobby video that I have, if you go down the stairs to the left, they have tons of shopping. They also have a general store. That's also huge if you forgot anything. So now that you've been annoyed by those crickets come every summer, so avoid going to Jamaica during the summer. My honest review of this resort is I would actually, honestly, I would not go back. It just was not good enough. The buffet was average food. 2 of the restaurants had garbage food. Obviously the beach and the pool and the drinks were fine. That was all very good. I can't complain, but my room, I couldn't even get a blanket. Okay. I was told by somebody at the lobby area that Jamaica does not give out blankets. It's just not a Jamaican thing. Then when we were checking into our room, it took 3 to 4 extra hours to check in. The customer service was not the greatest in the world. Overall, for the number 3 resort, I honestly expected better from the Grand Palladium. And from friends of ours that, we went on the trip with, the Grand Palladium resorts in other countries, they're fantastic. And in Jamaica, I just did not feel the love. I was also offered drugs, and I did not appreciate that. But anyways, I'd give this a thumbs down, honestly. So in the comment section below, if you went to the Grand Palladium, please let me know what you thought. And if you had a different experience, thank you for watching. Have a great day.